You know, the words we use every single day, they're kind of like tiny time capsules, aren't they? They're not just about talking to each other. They can actually carry centuries of wisdom right into our modern lives. And today, we're going to pop open a few of those capsules from the Mandarin language.
So let me ask you this. Can a single simple phrase really hold 1,000 years of wisdom? I mean, really? Well, when we look at Mandarin Chinese, the answer is a huge, resounding yes. So let's dive in and see for ourselves how this incredible language is basically a living, breathing vessel for culture and philosophy.
All right, first up, we're looking at proverbs. And I'm not talking about some dusty old sayings you'd find in a textbook. In Mandarin, these are like little power-packed nuggets of philosophy, handed down for generations that are still very much alive in conversations today.
Okay, now here's a classic. 千里之行始于足下. Just let that roll around in your head for a second. A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. It's so poetic, right? And you've almost definitely heard a version of it before. This idea is a huge theme in Chinese philosophy, and it tells us something really profound about how to tackle life's biggest challenges.
I mean, this just captures the whole idea perfectly. That temple way up there on the mountain, that's the big dream, the massive goal. But you don't just teleport up there, nope. You get there by taking that very first step onto the path, and then the next one, and the one after that. It's this beautiful reminder that the start of the journey is just as important as the finish line.
And this next one, 不怕慢就怕站, it builds on that same idea so well. Don't fear slow progress, just fear standing still. Wow. In our world of I want it now, that's a pretty powerful message, isn't it?
We all know the story of the tortoise and the hare, right? Well, this proverb is basically that entire story packed into one powerful phrase. Success isn't about being the fastest. It's about being persistent, just continuing to move forward one steady step at a time. It basically gives us permission to be patient with ourselves. The real problem isn't being slow. It's giving up and stopping completely.
So, we've seen how language can carry all this deep, thoughtful wisdom. But, it's not all serious philosophy. What happens when it's time to party? Well, this is where that link between language and culture just explodes with color and joy.
So let's pivot to one of the biggest celebrations on the entire planet, the Chinese New Year, or Tunjie. The things people say to each other aren't just polite little phrases. They are a direct look into the heart of what the culture values the most.
Just take a look at this. So beyond the Happy New Year we all know, that's 新年快乐, look at what else is common. 恭喜发财 wishes someone prosperity, wealth. And 身体健康 wishes them good health. And right there, in just a few common greetings, you see the cultural pillars of a good life. Happiness, prosperity, and health. It's such a cool insight.
So when we put all these pieces together, what do we get? We see that these phrases, from the ancient proverbs to the cheerful holiday greetings, they're just so much more than just words. They're like these amazing bridges that connect us directly to a whole cultural mindset.
So what's the big takeaway here? On one hand, you've got these proverbs that ground modern life in ancient wisdom, telling us to start small and just keep going. And on the other hand, you had these festive greetings that literally spell out the recipe for a happy life. Both of them show us that language isn't just a tool. It's a living, breathing map to a culture's soul. And that leaves me with one last thought for you to chew on. The next time you use a common saying in your own language, just pause for a second and ask yourself, what ancient wisdom, what cultural secret is hiding inside the words I'm using every day? Thanks for tuning in.